enshrined in the Wrestling Hall of Fame? Do you think you know the answer? Find out tonight on the CNN Quiz Show President's Edition. Hey, welcome to the CNN Quiz Show President's Edition. I'm Anderson Cooper. Thanks for joining us. Tonight we'll be testing our anchor's knowledge of all things presidential, and you at home can play along. 3 teams of CNN anchors are going to face off against each other, answering historical trivia about U.S. presidents. At stake, a total cash prize of $40,000 to be divided between the charities of their choice, and also at stake, maybe their pride. You can play along on Twitter, too, using the hashtag CNN Quiz. Let's meet the teams. All right, guys, come on up. All right, host of The Lead and New Day, Jake Tapper and Alisyn Camerota. What charity are you guys playing for?
We're going to play for a great charity, Homes for Our Troops.
They build specially adapted, mortgage-free homes for the most severely disabled troops just back from Iraq and Afghanistan.
All right, cool. And again, the winner gets $20,000 for the charity. The other team gets $10,000 each. Also, host of A New Day, Chris Cuomo, host of CNN Tonight, Don Lemon. What charity are you guys playing for?
The Purple Tide charity that is the Anderson Cooper
charity. You and I were up late last night comparing notes on what we're going to wear.
We're playing for HELP, which is a charity that's close to Chris's family's heart.
Help USA, it houses the most homeless in the country. It deals with a lot of veterans, children, single parents as well. So my sister runs it now, my brother started it, so it's a good cause. We feel good about it. A little family pressure, too, doesn't hurt.
Are you wearing a pocket square so you can wipe the sweat off your brow?
No, it's got the answers in there.
I'm expecting crying on both sides of the answer.
Felt good. All right, host of Out Front, Erin, Burnett, and host of Early Start, John Berman. What's your charity?
Save the Children.
It helps the most vulnerable children around the world. Right now, they're helping children in Syria and children who are orphans from Ebola in West Africa.
Right, great charities, all great charities. Winning team, as I said, gets $20,000 for their charity. The other 2 teams get $10,000 each. You guys ready to start?
We're ready.
All right, let's play the first game, Buzz. All right, so here's how it works. Questions in this round are worth points each. The first player to buzz in gets to answer. Players can buzz in before the question is completed, but if you answer incorrectly, your team is locked out from guessing again. You cannot consult with your teammate. If you buzz in, you have to answer the question. You guys ready?
Ready.
Sure.
All right.
Bring it on.
Here we go. Number 1, who's the first president born as an American citizen? Jake Tapper.
Martin Van Buren.
That is correct.
Well,
Number two, President Lincoln is the only president to hold a U.S. patent. Erin.
Oh, it was for what? He holds a patent. He's the only one to hold a patent. That's all I know.
That's a good answer. That's a very good answer.
President Lincoln is the only president to hold a U.S. patent. He received the patent for what invention? A, legal briefcase. B, an axe handle. C, a boat lift device. D, Jake.
C, a boat lift device.
You are correct.
It's all right. I was there.
That's all right. By the way,
a bellows system to help in shallow water.
Blaming the buzzer is the oldest game show trick in the book. You can't ring in, Don. There wasn't even a question there.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Do I get a point for that?
Quick ringing every time I'm in trouble.
It's like herding cats. What was Bill Clinton's full name at birth?
Is it me?
You can't call out. John Berman.
William Blythe.
Full name.
William Jefferson Blythe.
All right, we'll give you that one. All right. Let's keep going.
Save the Children was Berman.
John charity.
On his property in Mount Vernon, President George Washington ran what type of business? The largest in the nation at the time. John Berman.
Whiskey distillery.
That is correct. Which president was given last rites 3 times? Which president was given last rites 3 times before taking office? Is it A, Theodore Roosevelt, B, John F. Kennedy, C, Franklin D. Roosevelt, John Berman?
John F. Kennedy.
That is correct.
Oh, my gosh.
Next question. Franklin Roosevelt was the first... Let's try to limit the applause just so we can keep rifling through
Unless
these.
it's for us.
Franklin Roosevelt was the first president to use an armored limousine. Who reportedly was the previous owner of the first car they offered to him? Jake Tapper.
Al Capone.
That is correct.
You knew that?
Number 7. Who was the only president to pay off the national debt? A, John Berman.
Andrew Jackson.
That is correct. Number 8. After Abraham Lincoln's death, a gang of thieves was busted for trying to steal what? A, his hat. B, John Berman.
His remains. His body. His tomb.
Just keep going.
We'll give it to you. His casket, yes. Number 9, President McKinley was beloved by women for his respectful relationship with his wife, Ida. What would he do when she suffered? Jake Tapper.
He would put a handkerchief over her face.
Wow, that is correct.
Goodness gracious.
Number 10, which performer did not sing at a swearing-in ceremony at a presidential inauguration? A, Kelly Clarkson. B, Beyonce. John Berman.
Beyonce, B.
That is incorrect.
It's not incorrect. She lip-synced.
That's low. That is a low blow.
Give him the points.
As a Beyonce fan, that is a low
It
blow.
happens to be
I
true.
would personally disqualify you if
It's
I
a
could.
true fact.
Don't buzz yet.
John Berman
below.
should get the points. That's my answer.
You can't do that.
Which performer did not sing at a swearing-in ceremony at a presidential inauguration? A, Kelly Clarkson. B, Beyonce. C, Aretha Franklin. D, Barbara Streisand. Alisyn.
Barbara Streisand.
That is correct.
Nice.
As a child, Martin Van Buren was the only president to speak English as a second language. What language did he speak at home? John Berman.
Dutch.
That is correct. Both he and his wife spoke Dutch. Calvin Coolidge had many pets during his term as president. Which of the following was not one of his pets? A, Billy the Pygmy Hippo. B, Ebenezer. Chris.
Billy the Pygmy Hippo.
That is incorrect. B,
How can
Billy
that
the
be
Pygmy
incorrect?
Hippo. A, Billy the Pygmy Hippo. B, Ebenezer the Donkey. C, Smokey the Bobcat. D, Zachariah the Horse. Alisyn.
Smokey the Bobcat.
That is incorrect. John Berman.
Zachariah the horse.
That is correct.
There is no such thing as a pygmy hippo.
President Bill Clinton, 13. President Bill Clinton set the record for the most what during his time in office? John Berman.
International trip.
That is correct. Number 14. Since Taft in 1910, every president except one has opened a Major League Baseball season during their tenure. Jake Tapper.
Jimmy Carter.
That is correct. Who was the only one not to have done that?
What was the question?
Who did not open a season? How many presidents were never elected to their own term? A, 3, B, 8, C, 5, D, 4. Chris.
C5.
That is correct. John Tyler, Millard Fillmore, Andrew Johnson, Chester Arthur were vice presidents when they are elected president. President Ford ascended, obviously, after Nixon. 16. On September 26, 1960, John F. Kennedy and Richard M. Nixon engaged in the first ever televised presidential debate. In what city did that debate take place? A, New York. B, Washington, D.C. C, Chicago. D, St. Louis. Don.
Chicago.
That is correct. Took place at the CBS broadcast facility in downtown Chicago. As commander-in-chief in 1991, President George H.W. Bush oversaw the U.S.-led coalition combat attack phase of the Gulf War called what? A, Operation Desert Shield. B, Operation Able Sentry. C, Operation Sharp Edge. D, Operation Desert Storm. John Berman.
Desert Storm.
That is correct. President George H.W. Bush caused a bit of a flap in March 1990 when he banned what from Air Force One? A, broccoli. B, women.
Broccoli.
Alisyn. That is correct.
Nice.
Strong.
I know the food answer.
Yes. Which U.S. president signed the treaty to purchase Alaska from Russia in 1867? A, John Berman.
Andrew Johnson.
That is correct. Nice job.
Berman?
You guys are on fire. Which one of the
Do
presidents?
anything else, ever?
Which one of these presidents did not win a Nobel Peace Prize? A, Theodore Roosevelt. B, Woodrow Wilson. C, Harry Truman. D, Jake.
Harry Truman, C.
That is correct. And that is it for that round. Wow.
Great job.
Erin and John in the lead, 100 points. Jake and Alisyn in second with 80. Chris and Don, a close third with 20 points.
It's early. It's early.
It's early. Seriously, in this game, anything can happen, particularly in this next round. When we come back, the point values double in the next round, the speed round, as the players go head-to-head. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the CNN Quiz Show President's Edition. Let's take a look at the players' score. Right now in third place, Chris and Don with 20 points.
120 points.
No, sadly, just 20. Chris, you were blaming the buzzer, though, right? It was
Yes,
the buzzer?
it seems
Buzzer
not
issues.
working.
All right, we'll
You'll
check
see
on
the
that.
papers when they're filed.
In second place right now, Jake and Alisyn with 80 points. Very nice job there. And in the lead, Erin and John with 100 points.
We're contesting one of their points.
We're contesting one of their points. All right, yes. It is still very much anyone's game. Our next game is face-off. Two players face off against each other. They'll be asked 4 questions. The first player to hit the bell gets the first shot at answering. Correct answers are worth 20 points each. We randomly drew names to determine the matchups. First up, You guys ready? Alisyn and Chris, time to face off. Come on down.
Oh, yeah.
All right, your category is Nixon, President Nixon. Hands behind your back.
Yes, he was president. Does that count?
Are we done?
All right, you have to have your hands behind your back. First person to ring the bell gets to answer the question.
I
Ready?
feel lost in her eyes.
They're all-
Good.
Listen, I feel lost in her eyes.
You can win the audience over. Doesn't mean you're going to win the game, though. It's not that kind of game. All right, first person to hit the buzzer gets to answer the questions. There's only 4 questions, 20 points value each. Ready? No. All right. All right, hands behind the back. First question. President Nixon appeared on a national presidential ticket 5 times. Who is the only other president to hold this record? A, Grover Cleveland. B, William Howard Taft. C, Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Grover Cleveland.
Incorrect.
Is there another choice?
D, Theodore Roosevelt. Grover Cleveland, you don't have to buzz again. Grover Cleveland, William Howard Taft, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt.
C.
Franklin Roosevelt, you are correct.
Oh.
Nicely done.
You don't even know
Number
what the
2.
answer was.
But the letter sounded good. It's my name.
Number 2. Richard Nixon became the first president to visit all 50 states and the first to visit what country in 1972? A, Alisyn.
Oh, I keep forgetting that you're going to give the answers. China.
That is correct.
But I was waiting for the answers before I
You
answered.
don't have to wait for the answers.
Now you tell me. Thank you, host. Very helpful.
All the rules were explained to you before the game began. Number 3, just 2 left. Which of these historic moments was President Nixon not a part of? A, establishing the EPA. B, ending the draft. C, created the FDIC. D, implementing Title IX. Chris.
The draft, B.
That is incorrect.
Title IX.
That is incorrect. Created the FDIC. Final.
I don't think that was one of the choices.
Erin is claiming she knew that
Finance
one.
girl up here is like jumping up and down. You've offended her
Final
deeply.
answer. President Nixon was idolized by a teenager in what 1980s hit TV show? Come on. A, Life Goes On. B, The Wonder Years. Hands behind the back. C, Alisyn.
Family Ties.
That is correct.
But she didn't have her hand behind
That
her
was
back.
easy. All right,
We were
that's
arm
it.
wrestling.
Chris, you got 1 point. Alisyn, you got 2. That's 40 points. 20 points for you. Go back to your team. Nicely done. All right, coming up next, Don versus John. Guys, come on down. John, Don, come on down.
John, can I just not do this? Hi, everybody. Help me out. Cheers. Thank you. Give me that necktie.
Guys. All right, all of your questions will be about deaths, presidential deaths.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
Thank you.
Hands behind the back. Let's put the make sure this is in the middle because Chris kept moving it. All right. Just 4 questions each, 20 points. Number 1, a few days before his death, President Lincoln was reportedly overheard reciting passages from which Shakespearean tragedy? Hands behind the back. His favorite. A, Macbeth. B, The Merchant of Venice. C, Othello. D, The Taming of the Shrew.
B.
Incorrect. A, Macbeth.
A.
That is correct. Macbeth. Number 2, President Garfield's assassin reportedly chose his gun, a .44 British Bulldog, for what reason? A, it fit into his pocket. B, he felt the president should be shot by a British gun. C, it spoke to him. D, he thought it would look good in a museum one day.
No idea. B.
That is incorrect. A, it fit in his pocket.
A.
That is incorrect. He thought it would look good in a museum one day.
Wow.
You guys all
Did you
knew
know
this.
that,
You all
Tepper?
knew this.
Did you know that,
Listen,
Jake?
Tad. Look at yeah. Okay.
2 final questions. While on his deathbed, hands behind his back. While on his deathbed, President Grant was given what drug to treat his pain? A, opium. B, cocaine. C, marijuana. D, laudanum. John.
D. Laudanum.
D, laudanum. Incorrect.
Opium.
Incorrect. Cocaine. Yeah. His throat was swabbed with cocaine solution to ease the pain.
That's what I meant.
I knew that worked.
I meant cocaine.
All right, final question. What was one of the first 2 presidential items given to the Smithsonian? A, President Garfield's jacket with bullet hole. B, James Buchanan's handkerchief. C, Ulysses S. Grant's tobacco pipe. Or D, President Lincoln's hat.
I don't know. I'll say the pipe.
That is incorrect.
I'm gonna go with hat.
That is correct. John Berman there. All right.
Did you know
Correct
that?
for John. Don got 0, 20 points for each correct answer. So John's team gets an extra 40 points, I should say. Final team, Jake and Erin. Guys, come on down.
This is not fair. This is not fair.
No, you
Those
guys
were
are
really
both
tough.
equally matched.
Those were
tough.
really tough.
All of those
He
were tough.
walked up there with his hands behind his
All right,
back.
come
It's
on.
like he's
All
been practicing.
All of your questions will be about the Roosevelts. All right? How do you
Seriously?
feel? Yeah, seriously. Feel confident? All right. Hands behind your backs. Just 4 questions about the Roosevelts.
That was her major in college.
That's right. Number 1, FDR's New Deal was a phrase borrowed from what famous American author's writing? A, Henry David Thoreau, B, Herman Melville, C, Nathaniel Hawthorne, or D, Mark Twain?
Mark Twain.
Jake. Mark Twain, yes, from a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's court. Which of the following is not a job Teddy Roosevelt held prior to entering the White House as president? Not a job. A, New York Police Commissioner. B, Dakota Territory Sheriff. C, Park Ranger. D, Governor. Erin.
B.
That is incorrect.
C.
That is correct. Park Ranger. He was not a park ranger. 2 final questions. President Franklin Roosevelt reportedly suffered from triskaidekaphobia, which is a fear of what? A, children. B, ghosts. C, produce. D, the number 13.
D.
That is correct. The number 13. Number 4, final question. On the way to a campaign stop in 1912, this happened, and yet Teddy Roosevelt went on to deliver his campaign speech. A, confronted and killed a bear. B, helped give birth to his child.
He was shot.
That is correct. He was shot in the chest. Very good. Nice job. Jake, you got all 4 correct. That's 4 points for Jake. You guys go back to your teams. 20 points for each correct answer.
Your moment is gone. Come back now with the rest of it.
All right, let's take a look at the scores. Right now in 3rd place, Chris and Don have 40 points. You were able to put 20 on the board. Erin and John, 140 points. You're in 2nd place. And taking the lead right now, Jake and Alisyn with 200 points. Nicely done. Up next. I love all the smack talking going on.
Can we start over?
No, we're well into it. It's all about teamwork coming up. Players give their teammates clues to help them identify a presidential photo, a photo that the guesser cannot see. Point values go way up again. Opportunity for you guys to come back. Chris and Don, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back to the CNN Quiz Show. 3 teams are competing to win money for their favorite charities. Remember, you can play along on Twitter at CNN Politics using the hashtag CNN Quiz. Let's check out where the teams stand so far. Right now in
You don't have to do that.
3rd place, Chris and Don. I'm not calling it last place.
Bronze.
3rd place.
Appreciate it.
Erin and John in 2nd place, 140 points. And Jake and Alisyn taking the lead with 200 points. Points really go up, though, in this round. Time now to play Picture This. Teammates have to work together. One person giving clues, the other is guessing. A person, a place, or a thing will pop up on the screen, all having to do with presidents, of course. The clue giver has to get their teammate to correctly guess what's on the screen behind them. You cannot use any part of the word, no initials, no rhymes with. If a picture, say, of Abraham Lincoln pops up, you can't say Abraham Schminken. You'll have 1 minute to guess as many as possible, and correct answers are worth 30 points. Chris and Don, you guys are in last place, so you're going to get first. Come on up.
Ready? Can we say like... Sounds like Lil Linton.
All right, your category is First Ladies. Name the wives of the president. You have 60 seconds.
Really?
Yes. First Ladies. Name the wives of the
It's like
president.
a kick in the stomach, this clue.
60 seconds on the clock. You guys ready?
You ready? Come on.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. Go.
Oh, I thought it would have been. You push it down the
Dolly
airline.
Madison.
There you go. She looked at lovingly in his eyes all the time. He's
His
the
wife?
oldest president. Yeah, his wife. The oldest president.
George Washington, Martha
No,
Washington.
The oldest president. Pass.
Oldest president.
The oldest president.
All right, keep going. Give me more clues, man.
He has a bedroom in the White House. People stay there.
Abraham
yes,
Lincoln.
Yes, but his wife. His wives. Yes.
Martha.
The Virgin.
Mary,
You said the name already.
Mary,
Tunnel.
Mary Lincoln.
Yeah, there you go.
Mary Lincoln?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, go ahead.
We'll get that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, there's a bridge.
Named after her?
Yes. It goes to New Jersey. That's, yes.
It goes to New
Jersey. New Jersey from Manhattan, the bridge, uptown.
George Washington?
Yes, but it's his wife. Remember, we're doing wives.
I know, but you were supposed to give me a clue about her name, not his.
The Washington Bridge.
Wow.
Martha Washington.
But I wanted her name.
Okay. Well, that was worth. Wow.
I wanted her name, not his name.
I can
giving
honestly
you-
say 60 seconds have never felt quite so long.
Why?
2 correct. You guys
I
are up to
know.
100 points. We're in second place. All right, now, Erin and John, you guys were in second place.
All right,
Time for
let's
your
do it.
turn. Come on down.
All right.
You guys' category is famous people who are friends with or connected to presidents. All right? Famous people, friends with or connected to presidents. 60 seconds on the clock. Go.
Had an affair with, had an affair with JFK.
Marilyn Monroe.
Yes.
Correct.
Pass. Married to Angelina Jolie.
Brad Pitt.
Correct.
Pass. Married to Beyonce.
Jay-Z.
Pass. Up next, sorry.
Correct.
Has a talk show.
Oprah.
Very popular.
Oprah Winfrey.
Bald head. Man.
Montel Williams.
Man, bald head, white.
Michael Smirganish.
He's a doctor. He's a doctor.
Dr. Oz.
Even more famous than Dr. Oz.
There's no one more famous than Dr. Oz. Pass.
Pass. He a famous singer.
Barry Manilow. Frank Sinatra.
No, more modern.
Dean
In the 50s and 60s, famous singer.
Martin.
Priscilla.
Priscilla the Hunt. Elvis Presley.
Yes.
Correct.
Got in a fight with Tom Cruise.
All right. 4 right. 4 right. 4 right, 30 points per answer.
Dr. Phil.
I know. Sorry.
120 points added to the board. Final team, Jake and Alisyn. Guys, come on down.
That was so much easier. All pop category.
All right, your category is children of presidents.
Oh, boy.
Children of presidents, 60 seconds on the clock. Ready? Go.
Daughter of John and
Caroline Kennedy.
Correct.
daughter of Jimmy.
Amy Carter.
Correct.
Daughter of George.
Jenna Bush.
Yes.
Correct.
Daughter of Richard.
Pat Nixon.
Pass.
Julie Nixon Eisenhower.
Close. Daughter of the, son of the 40th president.
Ron Reagan Jr.
Correct.
Daughter of Gerald.
Ford.
Okay. First name is very common.
Mary Ford.
He's in the
Jennifer Ford.
Partridge Family.
that doesn't
Never
help.
mind. Pass. Daughter of Bill and Hillary.
Oh, Chelsea Clinton.
That is correct.
Really?
Okay, you got 5 correct. 5 correct. Each worth 30 points. That's 150 points on the board.
Our category was
You guys
so
go back.
much harder.
You guys go back. Go, guys, go. Let's take a look at the scores right now. Chris and Don, 100 points.
4.
Aaron and John, second place, 260. Jake and Alisyn.
I said
do
Pat
that.
Ford. That doesn't count. Pat Ford doesn't count for Patricia Ford.
I don't think it was Patricia. Was
It wasn't
Patricia
Patricia.
Nixon. You said Pat Nixon.
It wasn't.
Weird.
You said Pat. yeah.
Okay. I don't even know what it was.
It was Trisha Nixon.
Oh,
350 points. Jake and Alisyn confused, but in the lead. Ahead, the teams move to the magic wall to play matchmake. And the stakes are even higher. Stay right there. All right, welcome back to the CNN Quiz Show President's Edition. 3 teams of CNN anchors are competing to win a total of $40,000 for their favorite charities. In third place right now, Chris and Don are playing for Help USA. They've got 100 points. Aaron and John playing for Save the Children. They have 260 points. And leading the pack, Jake and Alisyn playing for Homes for Our Troops. They have 350 points. It is still very much, though, anybody's game. Our next game is Matchmake. Each team will have 1 minute, 60 seconds to match people, pets, or things significant to a particular president. The team who makes the most matches in the shortest amount of time wins 40 points. Second place earns 20 points, and third place gets 10 points. I want to bring down our first team to the magic wall, and let's get started. Jake and Alisyn, since you're in the lead, we'll let you go first this time. Let's go. All right.
Okay.
Let's check this out. These are the 3 categories. You get to pick one category.
What do you like?
Well, you're good at music, right?
Yes, but I think we should go with your strong suit, frankly.
There's domesticated matters. The buck stops here. Face the music.
And you're not going to tell us what it...
Could mean anything,
Could mean
frankly. Yes.
Let's do the buck stops here, then, I guess.
The buck stops here. All right. The category is currency. Here are a list of the presidents. I'm going to press this. Another list will come up here. You have to link currencies to the presidents. You ready? 60 seconds are going to be on the clock. When I press go, you guys ready?
Yep.
Okay, let me press the time here and begin.
Okay, Thomas Jefferson is a nickel. Ulysses S. Grant is a 50. FDR is a dime. Abraham Lincoln's a 5, and William McKinley's a 500.
All right, head back over there. Let's see the amount of green. When it lights up green, that means you got it correct. Let's take a look how many you got. Yeah, you got them all right. Very nicely done. That took you 20 seconds to do, so we'll add up your score in a moment. Go back. Erin and John are in second place, so they get to play next. Come on down.
Go, guys.
I don't know. It's going to be $100,000.
Are you kidding? Mine is going to be like
I'll
the middle
swipe.
name.
Do you want me to swipe? Or?
You want to swipe? You want to do a swipe thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do like we did yesterday.
All right, here you got two categories to choose from: face the music or domesticated matters.
Domesticated matters.
Let's do domesticated
All right, let's
matters.
take a look at domesticated matters.
I want something salacious on ours, okay?
This is presidential pets. I'll press this. A list of obviously pets or related things will pop. So there's the list. 60 seconds on the clock. Begin.
All right. Bala is Franklin Roosevelt.
Yes.
Millie is George H.W. Bush. Checkers is Richard Nixon. Satan is John Adams. And him is Lyndon Johnson. Hit it.
Wow. All right. Let's go back over there. Let's take a look at how many you got right. How do you know Satan was John Adams? Let's see if that's correct.
I have a good line.
You're right. You got all right. That's very good. It took you 14 seconds. So you actually beat Jake and Alisyn in the amount of time. You did that very quickly.
Faster than
all right,
that was good
Don
stuff.
and Chris, guys, come on down.
All right, come
Time to
on.
face the music.
That was only easy because I knew three of them.
Which one do you want to go with?
You're going to face the music in more ways than one.
What is this going to be, like the middle names of presidents?
Presidential
Really?
instruments. So this is a list of presidents and instruments related
For real? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Who's on the money? Who's on the money? And then we get what they played? I mean, who did we make angry before we got signed on to
I
this
have
game?
no idea any of these.
All I
except
can
for
say
Bill
is
Clinton.
I'm glad I have the agent that I have.
That's
I'm
right.
on this side.
I thought matching the ties had us in.
All right. 60 seconds
geez,
going to
you're
go
gonna
on the
do
clock.
this. Yeah, I'll
you
go
you
on that
ready?
side.
All right. Here's the list of instruments, and let's begin. 60 seconds.
From Bill Clinton.
Yes.
The harmonica. Jeez, I have no idea.
Of course
Just
you don't.
I have no idea. Just put it up there somewhere. Do piano Nixon. I don't know. Go ahead.
Let's go with
Just do it because it's time, right?
Yeah,
That's
because
cool.
time's going to make the difference.
There you go. Harmonic, piano. You're gonna do that for the harmonica?
I don't
All
know.
right.
We can move him around. What
That's
don't you
good.
like?
That's good.
Wait.
Are you sure?
No, I only know him. Do you know any of this?
No, I don't. I just know.
Hit the box. Hit the box.
Okay. All right, head over there. Let's see how many get correct. Correct ones will pop up green. All right, you got two. Chester Arthur playing the banjo. Who knew? Thanks, guys.
John was right. Dixie's
Erin and
piano.
John got 5 right in 14 seconds. They are in first place. They get 40 points for that game. Jake and Alisyn got 5 right in 20 seconds. That puts them in second place. They get 20 points for that. Chris and Don got 2 right in 32 seconds. They're in third place. They got 10 points for that. Chris and Don, 110 points. Erin and John in second place, 300 points. And Jake and Alisyn in the lead with 370 points. This next round is key, though. You can put a lot of points on the board. A rapid-fire round could change everything. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back to the CNN Quiz Show President's Edition. The players are competing for a total of $40,000. It's going to be divided among the charities that they have chosen. The teams have racked up points. There's still time to turn it around. And yes, I'm talking about you, Chris and Don. Here is where we stand. Right now, Chris and Don, 110 points. Erin and John, 300 points. Jake and Alisyn the lead with 370. It really is anybody's game, though. A lot of points up for grabs coming up right now. The next game is 4 presidents. Each team will be presented with pictures of 4 presidents. When I state a fact, the players take turns saying which president that fact applies to. Each team will have 1 minute to get as many correct as possible. Each answer will be worth 40 points, so there's a lot of points here up for grabs. Let's see how our players do with this challenge. All right. Chris and Don, because you're in last place, you'll go first.
What happened to third place? Why is that?
You're right.
Thank you.
Chris and Don, you guys are in third place, so
Thank you,
you'll go first. I'll ask the first question to the person on the left in each team. So, Chris, you get the first question. I'll alternate between you two.
He's much more left than I am. I'll tell you
There's
that.
going to be 60 seconds on the clock. Let's put the 4 presidents up. You have John Adams, Richard Nixon, Bill Clinton, Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
The John Adams picture is causing a seizure for me right now.
So the fact that I'm going to give you, the statement I'm going to give you applies to one of these presidents. You have to guess which one. 60 seconds on the clock. The goal is to get as many of these right as possible in 60 seconds. Let's begin. Chris, he signed a controversial law forbidding false, scandalous, and malicious writing against the U.S. government.
John Adams.
That is correct. Don, he's the first president to deliver a speech on television.
Roosevelt.
That is correct. FDR. That was correct. Chris, this president appeared on the cover of Time magazine more than 50 times.
Bill Clinton.
Incorrect. Don, the first president to receive a black head of state at the White House.
Adams.
That is incorrect. Number 5, this president had a sibling, Chris, that served jail sentences.
Bill Clinton.
That is correct. Don, first president born in Massachusetts.
Adams.
Correct. Chris, this president's stamp collection sold for about $250,000 after his
Nixon.
death. That is incorrect. Don, it was FDR. Don, before becoming president, he applied to the FBI but never joined.
Nixon.
That is correct. Chris, which president is deemed by genealogists to be related to 11 other presidents?
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
That is correct. Don. All right, wow. 60 seconds.
Good job.
I think they got John Adams on the black head of state, and I think that was correct.
I thought that
it was
was
Haiti.
correct, too.
I think that's a correct answer.
Yes, everybody knows
It was
that.
a Haitian president.
So we're going to give you that points. You get a total of 7 correct answers. Each of those worth 40 points. Let's take a look at the score. You're now at 390
Justice.
points. All right, time now for Justice. Erin and John, it's your turn. We'll put your 4 presidents up on the board. Let's take a look. We have Barack Obama, Andrew Jackson, Lyndon B. Johnson, and Abraham Lincoln. Are you ready to play?
Okay, we're ready.
All right. 60 seconds on the clock. Erin, this president is enshrined in the Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Lyndon B. Johnson.
Incorrect. Lincoln. John, he was the target of the first attempted presidential assassination.
Andrew Jackson.
That is correct. Erin, the first president to appoint an African American to the Supreme Court.
Lyndon Johnson.
That is correct. Thurgood Marshall. He's the tallest U.S. president.
Abraham Lincoln.
That is correct. Erin, the only president to take the oath of office from a woman.
Barack Obama.
Incorrect. Johnson. John, this president set the last Thursday in November as the official day for Thanksgiving.
Abraham Lincoln.
That is correct. Erin, he had a pet ape named Tata.
Lyndon Johnson.
Incorrect. President Obama. John, he's the second tallest president.
Lyndon Johnson.
That is correct. Erin gave away thousands of toothbrushes with presidential seal as White House gifts.
Shoot. I know that. All right, Lyndon Johnson.
That is correct.
Yes.
John, this president frequently told jokes even though he suffered from deep depression.
Abraham Lincoln.
That is correct. Erin, it said that this president could bench press 200 pounds. If you can answer.
Yes.
Lyndon Johnson.
Incorrect. Barack Obama.
200
Barack
pounds?
Obama can bench press 200 pounds.
It said, I don't know.
Aaron can bench 200 pounds.
Say Abraham Lincoln. Was every
That's
answer
Cuomo
correct?
territory. All right, 7 correct points. Those are worth 7 correct answers, 40 points each. You're now up to 580 points.
There goes the lead.
You're great.
All right.
It was great.
All right. The pressure is on for Jake and Alisyn.
Can I just say, but John Berman did he only say Abraham Lincoln every question?
Pretty much, yeah. They were all right.
That's interesting.
Look, this is the guy who got the money thing, and you're
Yeah, I know. Which face is on the money? Oh,
That
wait.
was a pretty easy one. All right, let's take a look at your 4 presidents. It'd be funny if they were all the same president, wouldn't it?
That would be.
Jimmy Carter, Dwight D. Eisenhower, Ronald Reagan, Ulysses S. Grant. All right, 60 seconds on the clock. Jake, I'll start with you. Jake, he was president of a college before entering the White House.
Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Correct. Alisyn, he was the first president born in a hospital.
Carter.
That is correct. Jake, he served 5 years as president of a labor union.
Reagan.
That is correct. Screen Actors Guild. Alisyn, the first president to appoint an African-American executive assistant.
Carter.
Incorrect. Eisenhower. Jake, his nickname was Unconditional Surrender.
Grant.
Correct. Alisyn, after a bad investment, he became bankrupt after his presidency.
Grant.
Correct. Jake, he appointed the first female Supreme Court justice.
Reagan.
That is correct. Alisyn, he was the first president to have a televised news conference, press conference.
Eisenhower.
That is correct. Jake, upon graduation from West Point, this president was
Grant.
correct. Alisyn, collected bottles and arrowheads.
Reagan.
Incorrect. Carter. Jake, he reportedly smoked 20 cigars a day.
Grant.
That is correct. Alisyn, this president had a 7-year career in the Navy.
Eisenhower.
Incorrect. Carter. Jake, the president to telecast in color. The first president to telecast in color.
Eisenhower.
That is correct. All right. You got 10 correct. Got 40 points each. Obviously, 400 points. 770 points. You take the lead once again. That's where the scores are right now. When we come back, our final round, the big one, the big bet, one question for each team. During the break, they'll decide how much to wager. It all comes down to this. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the CNN Quiz Show President's Edition. This is it. This is the final round. $40,000 on the line for 3 charities: Homes for Our Troops, Help USA, and Save the Children. First place will get $20,000 to the charity of their choice. Second and third place each get $10,000. Let's recap the scores. Chris and Don in third place out of 3. 390. Erin and John, 580 points in second place. And in the lead right now, Jake and Alisyn with 770 points. But it all comes down to this, the big bet. Each team will get to choose from our group of presidents, and then I'm going to ask them a question that relates to that president or his administration. During the break, the teams decided how much they're going to wager. If they answer their question correctly, of course, they earn the points they bet. If they get it wrong, they lose those points. They're going to have 20 seconds to come up with their answers. And this time, they can consult with their teammates. It's anyone's game right now, so let's get to it. You guys ready? Let's go. All right, Chris and Don, you guys are in third place. You're going to get the first pick of these presidents. Let's take a look at the presidents. What your options are: Ronald Reagan, John F. Kennedy, Richard Nixon, or Lyndon Johnson. Which president do you choose?
Ronnie.
Who?
Reagan.
Okay.
We'll do Reagan. President Reagan.
All right. You're going to have 20 seconds to give the answer. I'm going to show you a video first, and then I'll give you the question.
I will not make age an issue of this campaign. I am not going to exploit, for political purposes, my opponent's youth and inexperience.
That was Ronald Reagan at his second presidential debate in the 1984 election. Reagan won the election by a landslide. What was the only state that Reagan lost to his opponent, Walter Mondale? You have 20 seconds.
It's New York, isn't it? It's either that or Minnesota. I think it's New York. Okay, let's go with it. You sure? Where's Mondale from? What? Where's Mondale from? Minnesota.
What do you think?
When you're ready with your answer, let me know.
Want to go what?
What's your answer?
You sure? We're going to say New York.
That is incorrect.
Is it?
The only state
Minnesota.
Reagan lost to his opponent was Minnesota,
Yeah.
Which is where
that was his
Walter Mondale
answer.
was from. He won his home state, Minnesota. He won it by 3,761 votes. Let's take a look at how much you wagered.
0. No, we bet the house.
You bet the house,
Yeah.
meaning you bet everything.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, that's what we meant, Anderson. We meant everything. You want me to say it again?
The
all
only
of it.
time I didn't listen
All
to
of
you,
it.
got it right.
All of it. We bet all of it, Anderson.
You go down to 0. All right. Erin and John, the remaining presidents available to you are John F. Kennedy, Richard Nixon, Lyndon Johnson.
One Kennedy, is that?
Kennedy or Johnson, whichever one.
Kennedy.
Feel more comfortable. Okay.
Kennedy.
Okay. We're going to show you a video, then I'll ask the question.
Let the word go forth from this time and place to friend and foe alike that the torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans.
That, of course, was John F. Kennedy's famous inaugural speech. In order to get the Democratic Party's nod to be their candidate, he had to beat out other nominees. Name one. That was John F. Kennedy's famous inaugural speech. In order to get the Democratic Party's nod to be their candidate, he had to beat out other nominees.
I don't understand the question.
In order to get the Democratic Party's
Past
nod,
nominees, future nominees.
he had to beat out other
In the primary.
people at the
candidates.
convention.
Other
people at the
Democrats running for
convention.
president that year.
At the convention. Lyndon Johnson.
That is correct. Lyndon Johnson.
You didn't even take 20 seconds.
Please say it. Good.
Okay.
Let's take a look at how much you wagered. You wagered everything. You bet the house. All right, so you go up to 1160.
But I still don't understand the question.
All boils down to Jake and Alisyn. You only have two categories, Richard Nixon or Lyndon Johnson.
We'll go with Richard Nixon for 200, Alex.
All right, let's take a look at the video.
I welcome this kind of examination because people have got to know whether or not their president is a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
That was a press conference. That was Richard Nixon in a press conference November 17th, 1973, denying his involvement in the Watergate cover-up. The president resigned, of course, less than a year later. What was the name of the secret informant known as Deep Throat that worked with reporters to bring down the president? The name of Deep Throat that worked with reporters to bring down the president. Okay, answer.
Who is Mark Felt?
That is correct. Let's take a look at how much you wagered. 400 points. That brings you 10 points above. So you get it. 1170. Jake and Alisyn, you guys win.
Can I just say, Beyonce tips the scales.
No,
You all know
sadly
the truth.
not.
You all know the truth.
All right, Jake and Alisyn get $20,000 for their charity, Homes for Our Troops. Erin and John get $10,000 for Save the Children. Chris and Don
Do we get
get
anything
$10,000 for Help USA. Your charity gets $10,000. That's it for us. Thanks very much for watching. I want to thank our studio audience. Have a great evening. Good night.
I should have gone with that.